Hello guys, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and well. Today I am going to give you my top 5 books of all time. I actually have to go through my books collection to kind of pick it out for you guys, and I have like all the notes written down why I like them. So I'm just gonna try to cut the intro short and go straight to it. I've been on a reading marathon ever since I think about June of last year, ever since I finished my CFA level 3 exam, which I did fail my exam. Let's not talk about that. So I've been on a reading marathon ever since. Just FYI, I don't ever read fiction. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just not my thing. You should always read what fascinates you. The kind of books that I really like are the self-help books, motivation, management, business, marketing, health and wellness, along that line. So if you do like those kind of topics as well, you can resonate with my top 5 books. So without further ado, let's go straight into it. So the first book that is on my list is actually Good Vibes, Good Life book by Vex-Kin. This book actually took social media by storm because it is a pretty book. So simple, so beautiful. This book talks a lot about self-love, and you know how it's like trending right now, like self-love, self-care, me time. And if you are people like me, I believe so much about the energy that you carry. You know, it's either negative energy or positive energy. It's what you project to the world, it's reflected back to you. Energy is very contagious. You know, like how you talk to people that is hyper, you eventually get hyper because they are projecting their energy to you in order to attract the things that you want. And if you want to attract good things, and if you are vibrating lower, you need to vibrate higher in order to attract the positive energy that you want. If you are like, I'm such in a bad position, I cannot vibrate higher, it's so hard for me to be positive, you know, this book does talk about it. It's like not to ignore your negative emotions, even though when you have them, you need to kind of like study your emotions and do not ignore. One thing I love about what Vex-Kin wrote is you can't force positive thoughts, and we all have our bad days, we all go through bad times, so, and it's okay. And what can you do to actually overcome that, and what can you do in order, you know, your energy is vibrating here, but this is where you want to be, so how do you go up to that high energy, positive vibe going on? So this book talks a lot about that. It celebrates so much about your strength, your weakness, your uniqueness, and how you as an individual should be celebrating your inner beauty. Conclusion is your mentality is eventually your reality, so you need to kind of decide what energy do you want to vibrate at. If you want to improve your relationship with yourself, if you are going through tough times, I highly suggest this book. But eventually, if you just want to feel good, you want to have that positive mindset, always go for this book. It's such a feel-good book, such a light book, and such a beautiful message. The second book that I'm going to talk about is also a very famous book. It's Atomic Habits by James Clear, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. I love how this book, you know, it talks about everybody has a goal, everybody have a person, or you visualize a person that you wish to become. You want to become famous, you want to be healthy, you want to be fit, you want to be rich, whatever it is. It doesn't talk about that goal, because eventually, if you think about it, winners and losers have the same goal. They want to win. They're in this competition to win. It is what you do every day to achieve that. You want to become a healthier person, you want to become fit. But what is the habits that you implement in your life, in your daily life, that will make you reach that goal? Actions that you do every day talks a lot about the person that you are, and it is a reflection of yourself. Whether you like it or not, whether you are aware of it or not, what you do every day tells a lot about your personality. It goes back to what it is, the type of person that you imagine that you want to become, and what are you doing to be that person. And the book will also teach you techniques on how to create new habits. It doesn't have to be difficult, and everything has to start small, of course, because if you jump ship from 0 to like 80%, it's not going to work. It's not going to be sustainable because it's really difficult. And of course, achieving a certain goal is not easy, as you can tell. If you want to be fit, there's so many changes in your lifestyle you have to do. So what can you do to implement those habits in your lifestyle in order to achieve your goals? How do you stick to these habits every day? So eventually, if you do those steps, you will eventually become the person that you want to become. You will eventually reach your goals. You know, sometimes when you have a goal that you want to achieve, but you just cannot reach it, you have to kind of reflect back and see what are the steps that you are doing to achieve that goal that is not working for you. That's probably something wrong somewhere, and it's not working in your favor, because everybody have a different lifestyle, and you have to make your habits work for you and not that you work for them. Because if it's difficult, it's not sustainable. And I've been there. I've done some habits that is very annoying and it takes a lot of effort, and I don't like that. Eventually it makes my goal look so difficult. I'll be like, you know what, I give up halfway. But you have to slowly make the small changes in order to make those things work in your favor. Okay, so for the third book, it's called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. How great leaders inspire everyone to take action. This book talks about exactly that. Start with why. If you are starting a business, if you're starting something, what is the why behind it? This book, he does add real life examples, so it's very easy for you to kind of understand and resonate with what he's saying. It's not so much about how you do it, what you're doing. It's a lot to do with the why behind it that you're carrying, and that's what create a loyal following. It's all about you being a starter, you're not a follower. He talks a lot about the companies Harley Davidson, like why do certain people actually tattoo on your arm Harley Davidson? Like, hello, that is a freaking brand that you're putting on your body. Why does certain people go to Apple products? Why a certain company do certain things? It's not so much about the monetary value. Company A and company B might be selling the same thing, but it's the why behind those companies that makes it different. If you're an entrepreneur that is starting a brand, starting a company, you might want to read this book. It will help you a lot. If you are a manager, you are a CEO, you want to create a loyal followings, even politicians, I feel like you guys can resonate with this book. The next book that I'm going to talk about is about money. It's called Think Rich to Get Rich: Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I love this book. I would consider this book life-changing and eye-opening. I've had this book for years. I think I bought it before I got married, and I finally picked it up a few months ago, and it is wow. This book will change your relationship with money. It will change how you manage your money, how do you treat your money. The great thing about this book is you don't have to be earning 10k, 50k, 100k a month in order to get rich. In fact, this book talks about you can be earning a million, 100k, whatever it is, and yet still be poor, and you could be earning just 2-3k a month and be rich. It's all about what is it that you do with your money. If your aim in life is to be financially free, this book is for you. Also, if you are finding it that you're earning quite good, you know, above average, whatever, but yet still struggling at the end of the month, this book is for you. This book doesn't talk about, oh, in order to get rich you need to invest in A and then invest in B, put your money in C. It's not about that. It's all about the mind. What kind of mindset do you have to have in order to be rich? If you think you're poor, whatever it is that you're earning, you are poor. If you think you're rich, you can get there. Some of my favorite part of this book is like they talk about 17 ways rich people think and act differently from poor and middle class people. Rich people are bigger than their problems. Poor people are smaller than their problems. This book is really mind-blowing. It's so powerful. I highly recommend everyone, and I mean everyone, to read this book. Last book that I'm going to talk about is health and nutrition book. It's called How Not to Die by Micheal Greger. The first part of the book, it talks about how not to die from like heart diseases, cancers, and diabetes, blah blah blah. And the second part of the book, it talks about the food itself, like greens and whole grains, exercises, beverages, herbs and spices, blah blah blah. This book will change your relationship with food. Ever since I've read it, my perception towards food has changed. I am very aware of what I put in my mouth, what I consume, because those things make part of your health. Although genetics do play a part of it, but a lot of it actually comes from your lifestyle. What are you eating and what you're doing? It puts a lot on your body, and it's actually causing a lot of these illnesses to come and show up. So it has been like really eye-opening. Like what you eat really defines the health of your body, and you should not take that for granted. It's very easy to kind of avoid a lot of these diseases, and I feel like there's not a lot of awareness around it. You know how they say you are what you eat? It is exactly that. You are what you eat. And education is very important for this. I feel like there's a lot of misconception about food. I want to be healthy. I want to consume avocados for breakfast. I want to have gluten-free cakes or whatever, but do you actually know why you're consuming avocados? Do you actually know why gluten is bad for you? It's not bad for everybody. And then some people say, oh, you want to eat healthy, you want to lose weight, you have to cut sugars, and you cannot be eating fruits because fruits are really super high in sugar. You need to educate yourself about food and what is it doing to your body. Why do people call certain food a superfood? Why are berries good for you? Why are this good for you? Why are that bad for you? You need to know, then you can make informed decisions on what is best for your body. So yeah, it's really eye-opening. Even though you're not on the fitness journey, you're not on the health, whatever it is, you don't need a wake-up call for you to actually inform yourself, educate yourself about food. I feel like it's a very powerful knowledge to have. And even though you're not going through chronic illnesses, you might be helping a certain family members that are going through a very hard time, because some of the food can actually reverse certain disease. Knowledge is definitely power, and educating yourself about food is really life-changing, and I highly recommend every single one to know what is it that you're consuming. So that is it for me. I hope you find this video very helpful and not too draggy. I'm just going to try to edit it as short as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Do give me a like if you like this video, and do hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.